Welcome to Mars Hill United Methodist Church and happy Easter. Now, maybe you're thinking, wait a minute, I think I clicked on the wrong Sunday. But no, you didn't. It's just the fact that it's still Easter. This Sunday is the seventh and final Sunday of Easter. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, we know from that universe, 7 is the most holy number, which honestly, they took it from the Christian, understanding of numerology anyway. And 7 is a number of completeness and holiness. And so there are 7 Sundays in our most holy season of the church year. So happy 7th Sunday of Easter. Also, wanted to let you know that we are aware of Phase 2 coming into effect for the North Carolina reopening plan, but we are being very cautious. We're going to err on the side of caution because the last thing in the world we would want is for someone to end up sick. So we are making plans on what is the safest way for us to begin having worship services again. And when we do, don't worry, we are still going to have streaming. So if you are in a vulnerable population person, if you are just not comfortable coming back whenever we start coming back, then you will still have the ability to watch online. We're going to keep that. But we are going to begin with one step and have an outdoor communion prayer service. And that is not next week, but the week after on June 7th, and that's going to be at 5 p.m. So we'll have the regular service that you can stream beginning early in the morning, and then we will be having a service at 5 p.m. where you can come, just bring a face covering, bring your own chair, bring your own communion elements, and we will be blessing them. All the ones that folks bring. So bring your own elements, bring your own chair. You can sit in your car if you prefer, but so we can safely gather and still see one another and still connect in the way that we can and have our communion service together apart. So that's something for us to look forward to. We're still having our regular Zoom fellowship time as well. So that's Thursdays at 3 p.m. or Sundays at 9:45. So please make that a part of your fellowship time with the church. And if you've had any challenges trying to connect in with the Zoom, or maybe you haven't tried it yet because that seems intimidating, you're not sure how to do it, feel free to contact me or contact Heath, and we'd be happy to get you in that circle of community. So we'll help you out through all the technology. Now, I have a prayer concern I want to let you know about. Ginger's father passed away, and it's a really tough time given the pandemic when we lose folks. He didn't die of COVID, but it keeps us from being able to be right next to our folks that we love. So Ginger was able to see him and talk to him, if not be right next to him recently, and she was on the phone with him when the day he passed, and but it's tough not to have been there. So please keep Ginger and Joel and the whole family in prayers. Hold up prayers for anyone that has had this during this challenging time of having to be separated from folks. So yeah, keep them in prayers, please. And also keep our folks that have been on our prayer list in your prayers, Ruth and Frida, Nancy and Patricia. And I didn't mention it last week, but Frida has been home from Elderberry, so she is back home with Forrest. But keep prayers for her, always for that cyst on her spine to be decreased in size. Keep Jim and Luke and Cheyenne also still in your prayers. Still remember the folks who are working on the front lines, those who are medical care, people who work in hospitals, people who work in well, now it's not just essential services, but lots of services are open, but just prayers for all of us to keep safe, and prayers that this new reopening, people remain careful and we don't see a huge spike in cases, that folks may stay as safe as possible, no more life that no more life is lost than can be avoided. Prayers for all those who mourn, all those separated from loved ones who are in the hospital for all the different reasons that they are, from newborn babies to folks in nursing homes, for folks in the hospital having surgeries, just all the ways in which we are separated from one another. Let us keep in prayers. For high school seniors struggling that this is not the graduation that they expected, for all those, as I've said, that are separated from their regular ways, for all the ways that you are struggling with this time where frustration and challenge is getting to you. Prayers for peace, that God is with and in and through all things. Let us be in an attitude of prayer. Gracious and loving God, we give you thanks for this seventh day of Easter, the seventh Sunday of Easter. We give you thanks for these holy weeks, this time where we celebrate and rejoice in the resurrection, and the fact that your love conquers death, that transformation and renewal is greater than we can imagine, that your power and grace are in the world. Lord, keep in prayers those on our list. Remember Ginger and her family, all those who are missing Hubert. Please hold Ruth and Frida, Nancy, Patricia, Jim, Luke, Cheyenne, all those who are serving to care for those who are sick. Keep safe your people from this COVID-19 illness. Strengthen those who are sick that they might ride through this illness. Comfort those who are separated from ones they love. Hold in your care your world, and strengthen us that we might love you and each other more fully. We ask all this in your Son's name, who taught us to pray, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.